Hello, hello. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I am known as Autumn around here, and this is my co-host, Boo Boo's and Kitty. Baby Boo. Hello, Baby Boo. How are you? How are you, precious? You are just a big old sweetie. You are my little positive energy generator because the people I read on are awful. Yes, they are monsters. And you are just a little sweetness. You're just a big old sweetie. That's what you are. That's what you are. You are just a big old sweetie. Oh, wait. Except when it comes to this plant. Please let it live. Okay, sorry, I've got to cover up the plant. A little bit of this poor plant is struggling because he likes to chomp on it. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. And we thank you to our moderators. My gosh, you guys are epic. You are epic. You keep us safe. I never thought on YouTube it would be possible to have just a public daily live stream without just dealing with the worst of the worst of the worst. You keep us safe, and thank you. You guys are also really nice to each other, which I'm so grateful for. This could get so ugly so fast if you guys were not so nice. So thank you for that. And speaking of which, anything in the chat in all caps is kind of aimed at me. So I'll know you're talking to me. And then other than that, you guys talking amongst yourselves, just type normally. And then I will, that will stop me from getting involved in the middle of conversations where I'm just suddenly like, what, huh? Which can cause misunderstandings and what have you. So it just helps. Okay. I usually spend the first 10 or 15 minutes gathering your questions. If you're watching this on replay, down in the chat, not down in the chat, down first comment, pinned first comment, and then later on in the description box as well, will be a list of the questions I cover today, and then the timestamps. So you can just click on whatever you're interested in. You can go straight there, get the reading, get that done with this reading, and then I'll watch that reading, and then this reading, and I'm good to go. So whatever works for you. Oh, look at this. Look at this cuteness. Do we just lift this up just a little bit because that's adorable. Look at the sweetness. Look at that good kitty. Just sitting there on the tarot card box. You're so good. It's perfectly kitty sized, isn't it? Just perfectly kitty sized for a good boy. Doll. Anyway, we've got lots to cover today. If I don't acknowledge you or I don't answer your question, it's never anything personal. I promise. I promise. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not, no, I don't like you, but I like this other person. No, I don't do stuff like that. No, that doesn't happen here. And 10% of all of the income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.com. No, .org. Sorry, I don't know why the details are eluding me today. 10% of the income that comes into the channel before expenses goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country, and it is very much needed. It's always needed, but it's especially needed now, and I make those donations quarterly. So the next one, I believe, is in September. Yeah, I believe I'll be making the next donation next month, and I tell you guys all the details. How much money I make from this this little part-time thing I've got going here. It's not a secret. And after expenses, it's, yeah, but that's fine because I would do it anyway. And as long as I'm able to help you guys calm you down, I'd be doing a lot of the readings anyway, although you guys have great questions. So, so we're here, yes, and I'm going to do the readings. Yes, and there's a good kitty. And you guys are here, and we're going to be okay. We're going to get through this together. All right. There were a couple of things that just popped up in the news. right, the first thing we have Kristen from, um, whoops, you're okay. Uh, we have Kristen from Uncover the News is here, who is our news anchor, who's amazing. Breaking news, she's on it. I will say though, Regina, right out of the gate, is bringing up that new Manhattan DA Cyrus Vance agrees to hold off on his subpoena to Trump accounting firm until 2 days after the Second Circuit issues its ruling on Trump's stay of application. The appeals court will hear the appeal on September 1st. What do you think of that, sweetness? What do you think? So, September 3rd, it looks like. September 3rd, which made me curious. So if you give me a second, I'm actually going to go over. I love, absolutely love Astro.com, but there is one problem with them, and that is that if you pull up somebody's chart with transits, they, famous people, they'll show you the chart, but the lines in the middle that show you the aspects, it's still for the natal chart. So Donald Trump, 1946. So it's like, okay, still got to work out what's going on with the transits. Oh, sweetheart. Very good. Okay. If I go to a site called astro-seek.com, I find that I can look at transits, at least in theory. He is currently 74. Sun Gemini, Moon Sagittarius, Ascendant Leo, life path evil. So much evil. Birth chart. So I just wanted to see what his transits are going to be for September. Oh, current transits. Here we go. So we're going to have a look. Okay, browse. We want enter date manually. Let's see what's going on in Trump's chart on September 3rd. Is there anything that's pops out? Anything that's like, whoa? All right, September. And I'm going to guess it's definitely going to be in New York City. And I'm going to guess it'll be like at, I don't know, 9 a.m., something like that. So let me go up here. Calculate transits. I need to double check the chat. Am I missing? Let me see here. Okay. All right, you guys are still talking amongst yourselves. All right, you're not like yelling at me in the chat, being like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, this is transit for September 3rd, 2020 in New York City. Can I make this bigger? All right, let's have a quick look here. Well, can you guys see? At least roughly. Probably not well, but okay. So let's start when I'm looking at transits. Okay, first of all, as I've said to you guys before, the first thing to do in modern Western astrology is just look for what color is predominating in it's because these lines are showing the aspects between the planets. And since this is a transit chart, it's showing, this is Trump's natal chart. This is the one he was born with. And then out here in red, these are the planets that are transiting through the sky. They're what's actually in the sky right now, or on September 3rd. So this is showing, like the moon is here in the sky, and it's trine Trump's Venus, which is right here. So that big blue line that's a trine. Okay, that's an opposition. Okay. So Well, this could get interesting. Uranus is the sign, or Uranus is the planet of, um, sorry, let me get this. I'll help explain this. We'll go through this quickly and then I'll read on your stuff. Let's see, but I just want to see what what September 3rd is going to be doing. All right, I'm gonna borrow the kitty's bed there since he's in the footstool. And I know that sounds like a silly thing to say, but I actually showed you guys yesterday that, yeah, cat hangs out in the footstool. It's actually a kitty bed. Anyway, all right, so Uranus is transiting through the sky. Uranus is the rebel. It's how we fight for ideals, humanitarianism, but it's the one planet in the solar system that's actually, it doesn't, the axis isn't up and down or even at an angle. It's actually sideways. So it's actually just going around it's like, no, I'm going to do my own thing. And it is idealistic, but it's very rebellious, and things can hit you bolts out of the blue. So I wonder if I can, whoops, I wonder if I can print this. Because let me tell you, I don't even know if this printer will work, but I'll give it a try. All right, that's just going to be difficult. All right, I'll go back here. Okay. Uranus is in the sky here, and this is 90 degrees. This is a square between Trump's Pluto and Uranus. And the outer planets move so slowly that they tend to have a bigger impact when they come into aspect. Now, granted, because of retrogrades, this isn't the first time Uranus has been over here recently at 8 degrees. Uranus at 8 degrees of Taurus, but that's at 8 degrees there, and this is at 10, so it's within 2 degrees. Pluto is your power. Think of Pluto rules plutonium. And you can use plutonium to gently warm all the kitty toes and, warm up grandma's cocoa and, keep the lights on in the whole city, just lovely, lovely stuff. Or you can detonate it and make the entire city uninhabitable for about 10,000 years. And since Scorpios are ruled by Pluto, it's kind of the choice that Scorpios make every day, which ones they want to be. So yeah, they're intense, and they can be, and I know that because I am one. Got that if I want it. All right, so that Uranus, your Pluto is your power. Hear me out. I will get to the readings. I promise. Generally speaking, this is the first sign of the zodiac. The signs go this way. It starts at Aries, ends at Pisces. The second house is the house of Taurus, values and valuables. All right, and that's it's ruled by Venus, which is what and how we love. It's the first earth sign. Okay, if you have your say if you have your moon, your emotional needs in the second house, no matter what sign it's in, there's going to be this background flavor of your emotional needs. For instance, I have Cancer, big mom of the zodiac. My moon is in Cancer. It actually rules Cancer in the second house. So this emotional need of nurturing, but with this, you bet your bottom dollar I have got some shelves in my basement set up very nicely with pantry items. overflow pantry items. I have that emotional need to have this. This is the house of money. Up here in Capricorn, the third earth sign, it's more about status and career and achievement, but this is very much about money. Well, Trump's Venus is right here. His Venus is there, so what and how he loves. It's opposite Saturn, which is constrictive, and the energy sloshing back and forth between constricting, forming, and then back to what he loves. And so it's doing this. The energy is doing this between Saturn in the sky and his Venus. And then these bolts out of the blue from Uranus are zapping his Pluto, his Pluton, that inner strength. Plutonium can also rule gold, things that are in the earth. Pluto is Hades. It's the god of the underworld. So, but this has been going on for a while. That's there, and trying to see if there's anything else. Okay, this could be interesting. Where is Jupiter? This is important because Trump is lucky. We know that. He's so lucky. It's downright annoying. He gets away with so much. And normally, if you have an aspect with Jupiter in this, it's his Jupiter. It has to do with how it's affecting the rest of his chart up here. Is why he's so lucky. Jupiter was known as the Greater Beneficent. I love these old terms. And you'd think, okay, it's an aspect to Jupiter in the sky would empower it, would be great. But if it's a square, this big red line, then that's an overload. Then it's going to cause friction. So this bit of luck that is saved him from all kinds of stuff. I'm getting a sense of like a flickering you get with, but not a flickering from lack of energy, a flickering you get sometimes with like overloads of energy, surges, and it just, there are now 2 people watching. Okay, you guys are just talking about Melania. Okay. Okay, well, I'll be done soon. So this overload of his lucky spot, it's the same energy because they're both Jupiter, but this is this surge, but it's not like the lovely energy you get gently flowing down the river, just lovely energy, or more empowering sextile 60 degrees, where it's it's not rapids, but it's fun kind of movement along that river, lovely. It's not this opposition, which is this sloshing back and forth. It's this square. So the energy between the two, it's like standing next to, there's great big high tension power lines. Now imagine one of those not up in the air, but like on the ground next to you, at full capacity, and you're standing right next to it, and all the hair stands up on your body, and you get the smell of ozone, and it's just, ugh, I mean, it's a lot, and it's just like, and you're afraid to touch it, and it's suddenly just, it's hard, it grinds, it overloads, it's unsteady. And anything that's going to unsteady his Jupiter, to be honest, so that maybe some karma could get through, I'm down for it. All right, let me see. So his natal Jupiter's at 17 degrees. So where is birth transits? Jupiter. Oh my gosh, it's exact. On that date, Jupiter, okay, his literally, they're both going to be at 17 degrees of their signs, because they're 30 degrees in each. They're 30 degrees in each sign. his natal Jupiter is halfway through Libra. Jupiter up here in the sky is going to be halfway through Capricorn. And they're both going to be on that date exactly at 17 degrees. And a matter of fact, the minutes, 17 degrees, the natal's at 17 degrees, 27 minutes. The one up here is 17 degrees, 33 minutes. Literally 6 minutes apart. There's 60 minutes in a degree. 6 minutes apart. That's going to be very, very powerful. Interesting. Where's Neptune? 19. Okay. And Neptune in the sky, which is, it rules Pisces. It's art, fiction, spirituality. If it's mixed with, it's fiction. So if it's in a negative aspect to Mercury, communication, god of Mercury, messenger of the gods, then you get liars, people who are particularly good at lying, and that's what Trump has in his chart right there. Fiction squared with communication. Yep, right there. Only three degrees apart from each other, squared. It just lies like a rug. So, all right, so we're going to have this powerful zappy overload of his lucky Jupiter. We've got Saturn constricting his money and values and valuables, what he values. Let's get energy sloshing in which can both empower and weaken. It just off and on. It empowers it, like I have lots of money, and then it's constriction, like, oh really? Well, let's look at your financial records and we'll see that you don't. Oh, see, it proves I have a lot. No, actually, it proves that you don't. And then this bolt out of the blue Uranus zapping his god of gold in the underworld. And it's an overload, it's a square. So it's, whew, that's not nice. So, all right. Neptune, the fiction, it's not, it's coming up, but it's not there yet, but it's coming up to, Trump was born during an eclipse. That's why his sun is up here at 22 degrees, and way over here his moon is at 21 degrees over here, and they're opposite each other. Neptune, which diffuses, which it rules fog, the ocean, it dissolves. It's coming up to, right now it's only at 19, but it's coming up to square both his sun and his moon. That's only going to happen one time in his life. Neptune moves really slowly, and it's just getting stronger and stronger. His moon's at 21 degrees, his sun's at 22. So when Neptune's fully at 21 or 22, where it is, it will be squaring both of these. It will be dissolving, overloading, weakening his sense of self and his emotions. His whole view of himself will just be weakened. It'll diffuse because it's just going to overload. So it's at 19 degrees. It's almost at 20 degrees right now. It's at 19 degrees, 46 minutes. So it's within just a couple of degrees right now, and that's called an orb when it's close. So it's already starting to take effect, but if you can see it, the red line's a little bit weaker. But that's just going to increase. It's coming up to aspect. This is just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger over the next, we'll use Trump's words, over the next short period of time. I like it. All right, I'm done. I don't even know if that made any sense, but lightning bolt. Yep. All right. So I will stop now. I will do the readings. We need to look at Kellyanne Conway, what's going on there. We need to look at, I can do a tarot reading on September 3rd. Oh, someone in the house. I rent part of a house. Somebody in the house is cooking. Oh, it smells like hash browns or something. Oh man, it smells good. But anyway, all right. Excellent timing, bolt out of the blue. Oh, excellent, excellent. All right, and I still, oh wow, okay, I have more than, oh no, I just lost somebody. Okay, so I have more than 3 people who have sat through that. Thank you. It's very generous. Seriously, thank you for that. All right, so it's not looking great for Trump astrologically. And for some reason, I'm being drawn to use the Witch's Tarot today, which I have not yet moved into my ye old box of cards. And I'm going to tilt this just a little bit that way. There we go. But I'm going to. Let's get out these. Why am I being drawn to use this today? I have no idea. But that's what we're going to do. All right. Okie dokie. I'll put that, well, I don't know. I'll just leave that there. It's not going to bother me, and people like to know. Anyway, all right. So, okay, time stamping in progress. Do, 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 do. Astrology of Donald Trump's not good, very bad September 3rd. There we go. And then tarot, I'll copy this, of Donald Trump's possibly not good, very bad September 3rd. And then Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne Conway leaves what would we call it? It's not the crypt. Leaves the crypt. Leaves the what can I call the White House? What would be the best? Because you've got Stephen Miller hanging from the upside down from the rafters in the attic during the day. You've got Renfield Bar in the basement somewhere nearby, eating dead flies. Kellyanne Conway. I don't know. To think tomb could be. Anyway, she leaves the White House. I'll just leave it at that for now. I'll see what I can think of later. And let's see what else we can look at. Alrighty. Okay. Adam's family house. Yes. I like it. You want something about drama queen with parents who have $40 million, she'll be all right. Who? The haunted house. House of Horrors. Jean, yes, ding. Leaves the House of Horrors. Perfect. Leaves the White House of Horrors. Love that. Thank you. Okay, so we've got that. Adam's house was cool. It is cool, but I love the Adams family, so it's harder. It's hard for me to it's hard for me to accept that. But House of Horrors is perfect. White House of Horrors. She could be the bride of Frankenstein. Yes, who actually, like, the Frankenstein monster is actually relatively decent. Yeah, bride of Frankenstein. Okay, bride of Frankenstein. Kellyanne Conway leaves the White House of Horrors. I love you guys. You're so awesome. Okay. All right. What else we got here? Happy Monday, everybody. Oh gosh, is it really buffering? Oh. All right, look for anything in all caps. But yeah, I know I bored you guys senseless with the astrology thing, but I really wanted to look at that astrology. Kathy Anderson, is Trump running out of luck? You know, that's a very good way to put that. Let's check with the astrology. Is Trump running out of luck? No, I was trying to edit. Why are you doing that? There we go. Zappy, I'm scary. Okay, says Mims. JJ, will Congress get Trump under oath about his postal comments now that DeJoy has testified? Will Congress get Trump under oath? He's already lied under oath. Boo Kitty is sleeping in the footstool again. And I'll show you guys a little bit later. So, they've already got him lying under oath with Mueller. It was a written thing, written by his lawyers. But he had to sign off of it because it counts as being under oath, and he lied. Regina, thanks, Autumn. We will see next week what the stars bring on Trump. Good. Okay. Hello, everyone. Yes, 9/3/2020. September 3rd, 2020. Okay, and Trump is an overload of lies. Yes, Wendy, absolutely. Excellent timing. Bolt out the blue. Great. Hello, Linda. We have just fantastic moderators. I cannot thank you guys enough ever. There's Keisha. There's Linda. There's Cappy's mom. Kathy W. There are others, and you guys. Noel hasn't been around for a while, but amazing. Okay, and oh, Rhonda, bell peppers, onions, potatoes, hash brown, eggs, and bacon. I'm vegan, so I can't do the eggs or real bacon, but whew. Okay, anyway. Looking for anything in all caps. And Rob D. Well, I like the astrology. Oh, excellent. Thank you. I'm so glad. Sandra, did the RNC nominate Trump? Is there a question? Will Kellyanne eventually become a Democrat? She's toast. She's toast. It doesn't. Your question is important. This is not directed at you. She could pull a Scaramucci and suddenly, oh, I have seen the light. But after everything she's done, yeah, she can call herself anything she wants. Hang on, sorry. Yeah, she can call herself anything she wants. It's like, but your question is good. JJ's asking, will Mary Trump have more audio that leaks later on? I read on that yesterday, and I got that there's more. So we'll see. Check with other readers. No one's 100% accurate, and very much including me. So it's usually the consensus among us. is you're likely to get the closest to the truth. Okay, love Mother Earth. Will there be something that keeps Biden from being president? All right, we can look at that too. All right, and then I'll start reading since it's time is getting on because I was talking. All right, let's start with what I was talking about earlier, but the tarot version. The tarot of Donald Trump's possibly not good, very bad September 3rd. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to shuffle here. And I'm going to close my eyes for a second. And so I won't see your... Sandra saying, no question, Autumn, just dismay. I'm sorry, I get so lost sometimes. Oh, and yeah, somebody I saw earlier in the chat, somebody said that some things leaked about Melania trashing Trump and his kids or something. I don't know if I don't know anything about that. But anyway. And anyway, okay, let me close my eyes for a second, reach out for the energies. I'm shuffling here because we're asking about the possibility of Cyrus Vance, his subpoena going through to get official copies of Trump's financial records from Mazars and his tax returns and Trump's org documents, the subpoenas. And it does feel like they already have some of it, but they need official copies. And then, but what they get will confirm a lot of stuff, or it will probably contain, they don't have, it will probably contain more than what they've been able to glean from other sources or what have you. There are going to be some very, are there going to be some really, really, really busy official forensic accountants in September? September 3rd for Cyrus Vance. Is the subpoena going to go through? Is he going to put in the subpoena? I'm getting a strong capital letters yes, but I always worry. Let me pull some cards. Things are too good to be true. I'm always a little skeptical. I don't just want to. Whoa, these are really new. A whole bunch of stuff just fell out. I think that's meaning in and of itself, but it also means be more careful with the cards. But September 3rd, is that when Cyrus Vance is able to go through with the subpoena for the records and he gets the records there? Because they're going to appeal it. He's going to try to appeal to the Supreme Court. Okay, apparently I cannot do what I normally do with these cards. I'll do it this way. Oh, where are we? We're at like 30, 39. Okay. September 3rd. Does the subpoena go out? And it can't be stopped. King of Swords. That is the card of the prosecutor. That is the card for the reading. Good sign, but let's see. Fool. Empress. High Priestess. Ace of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Oh, I'm all happy now. Oh, Renee is saying Four of Rods, Six of Swords, Chariot, Death, Lovers. Oh, there we go. I am getting, okay, card for the readings, the prosecutor. getting, Trump the Fool. This is America, the Empress, who is seeing the Fool. Right in the center, I've got both, this is the card of secrets, but also higher wisdom, knowing your way around to get what you need. Then we have an action taken, beginning of an action taken. So a big action going through. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, the card of the miser, the card of not actually having much money, running out of money, not having as much money as you've been telling people you have. An action taken that shows that, oh, you're not actually as rich as you are. I think that's a good sign. All right, let's see here. What else? That action taken with secrets and higher wisdom right in the center. And these have, I've got three major arcana in a row. Trump the Fool, the country, and then there's the secrets and higher wisdom with human level action taken and human level somebody who doesn't have as much money as they say they do. Or money action taken. Yeah, just show. Okay, let me see what else we've got here on this. September 3rd. So Cyrus Vance does do the subpoenas finally go through and you get the records, just double checking. It feels like there's more information to be had. Page of Cups. All right, right now the Democrats have limited power. That's what that feels like, but all right, let's see here. Knight of Pentacles. Well, still trying to appeal to the appeals court, appeal to the Supreme Court, appeal to the, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, making cases. Ace of Cups, overflowing emotion. And usually it's also, since I get cups for Democrats, this could very well be us celebrating and everyone on both sides having overflowing emotion. And there's a Two of Cups of partnership and the Lovers. It for what it's worth, it feels like Cyrus Vance is about to become our new favorite person. So even if it doesn't happen exactly on September 3rd, it definitely feels like, yep, right around there. Harry's mom, she had to have pocketed that $400 million. There's no way you can spend that much destroying a garden. Really? They raised $400 million to redo an area the size of that little backyard over there? Really? Anyway. Okie dokie. Okay, Bride of Frankenstein. Kellyanne Conway leaves the White House of Horrors. Okay, 44. Oh, we won't miss you. Sorry, we just won't. Ricky's saying, I'm glad Kellyanne Conway wised up and is leaving the Trump administration. Let's have a look. What's going on there? Because I know that they're gonna be homeschooling their kids, and she's talking about how important her children are. It's like, yeah, you've been publicly humiliating them for years now, and they've been bullied and picked on because of your choice of career, and you have, of course, it doesn't matter if she's the man of the house or the woman of the house. She has stood by while families were ripped apart. She has defended a man who has admitted to sexual assault. He thinks it's fun. He thinks everyone lets him do it because he's famous. She has stood there that whole time, and now you're going to tell me you're leaving because your kids are important? I'm sorry. What have they been up till now? And oh, what you're doing this because your marriage is damaged? Well, what's been going on up until now? So I want to know what's going on because I do know that she was basically, and she was going to have to work with the campaign, and she was going to be going to, it was like, go, she was going to have to go around the country, and they were talking about her being in like a different state every day kind of thing. Yeah, what a wonderful example she's been for kids. I see your questions, guys. I'll look at more later, later on here. So Kellyanne, what's really going on here? Is she just seeing the writing on the wall that Trump's going to lose and she doesn't want to be involved with that? Kellyanne is homeschooling her kids. Wait, I thought it was a hoax. These people are unreal. She's still not scheduled to be at the RNC. Well, I thought a lot of them have been like recording things ahead of time. So I don't know if she's done that or not. I'm not going to know firsthand because there's nothing you could pay me to watch the RNC. Nobody believes her anymore. It's true. Just right. Homeschooling. Mein Kampf is required reading. Yeah, the complete works of Ann Coulter. Kellyanne. She's tired. Picking that up clearly. Oh, she can see the writing on the wall. If she leaves now, then she was the first woman to because she was one of Trump's campaign managers at some point, and she's the first woman to have headed a presidential campaign that won. And if she leaves now, she has that. If she stays on, he's going to lose. And she believes that. And she's like, I'm going to keep my wonderful record, and I'm going to look, I don't like the woman, but it really does feel like this is not so much about her kids at all. It's convenient since she'll be homeschooling them, but if she really cared that much about her kids, no. She already damaged her reputation, no turning back. Well, she doesn't see it that way. Her husband gave her an ultimatum. Actually, I don't think so. But let me see what I've got here. Ricky's saying all Trump did was talk bad about her husband because her husband called him out on his lies. Yes. Nine of Swords. Not being able to sleep. Worry. She knows he's going to lose. Four of Cups. Yeah, stuff that worked before is not working now. Trump's message from before, not working now. He can't appeal to these swing voters or people who maybe last time didn't want to vote for Hillary Clinton. It's not working. The appeal's not working. Knight of Wands. She's tried different things herself and been getting nowhere with that. Knight of Pentacles. Let somebody else go down with the shit. Right at the center. I'm not interested. Seven of Wands on the defensive. The world, the ending. She knows he's going to lose. End. This is the highest major arcana. End of the chapter, end of an era. End of, it can be the end of childhood, it can be the end of the Trump administration, it can be the end of whatever. She knows we're on the defensive and she knows they're going to lose. Let somebody else fight it. All right, I'm gonna ask, because I'm really, look, I don't want to think this is possible, that it's actually because Trump's going to lose, not that it's hard for me to wrap my I don't have kids, but it's hard for me to wrap my head around the concept that you wouldn't put them first. I don't get that. I can't. That doesn't compute in my head. Of course you put them first. I mean, you have kids and you know, the way it's supposed to work is, unfortunately it doesn't, but it is your parents had you, and in an ideal world, they have you, and it's like, almost like they throw you as far forward as they can, so that you have more success than they did. And then if you have kids, then it's your job to throw your kids as far forward as you can, so that they have more success and happiness and health and good fortune than you had, and on and on and on. And that's how civilization works. And I can't wrap my head around standing by while families are destroyed and saying that's a good thing, and standing up for this monster in the White House. And to say now, oh, it's like, oh, okay, she cares about her kids. It's like, oh, well, she's, and I think the kind of innate sexism we're still dealing with. It's like, oh, well, she's a mother, and of course she has to homeschool her kid. Don't give her that much credit. That's not what I'm feeling here. Bismo's asking on, did she not leave 45 sooner because of money? Okay, I'll ask. But is she? Is the thing about homeschooling your kids, is this just convenient, or is this it doesn't feel real? It just does not compute to me. She's lying. She's lying. What is wrong with this woman? She's miswired somewhere. Justice. Oh, she can definitely see the writing on the wall. Definitely. She's leaving to homeschool her kids. What a farce. It feels like a farce. Fool. 10 of Cups. She knows what he is. She sees him up close. She's been there longer than anybody. 10 of Cups. This is the, oh, happy family, moving away from Trump. It feels like garbage. Page of Cups is in the center. 8 of Wands. She knows what's coming for him. Queen of Wands. Pelosi. Action taken against Trump. So much is coming against Trump. Oh no, but it's about my kids. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, is Kellyanne Conway really going to homeschool her children? The sense I'm getting is that is a laughable concept, is the feeling I'm getting. What are you guys getting? Because I know some of you read, if you wouldn't mind. Civil case on Trump.org announced today Letitia James can send out criminal cases as found. You're going to have to walk me through that, Karen, here, and just let me get through this. That sounds interesting, but I don't actually know what that means. She sees the writing on the wall. Is Kellyanne Conway really going to homeschool her children? herself because they're so important to her. She does love her children in her own way. I'm not saying she doesn't love them. She does, for what it's worth. Feels a little bit like a way a spider loves its offspring, but sure. Really gonna homeschool your kids? Pentacles. High Priest, King of Wands, Two of Cups, Justice, Knight of Cups. Yeah, I kind of saw this coming. Knight of Pentacles. This is a Republican looking for another job. Looking for another job. She's been a part of the institutions. She's been in the White House. She's been with Trump the man, who has been the president, who's been heading the institution of government. And now it's this Two of Cups partnership. You know, I'm going home to be with my loving husband and homeschool my children, and which is just whatever. But I've been getting this all along. You know, I've said Trump is going to end up in legal purgatory. So is she. Justice card, Knight of Cups. Democrats or people who believe in the rule of law coming after her. People who are not swayed by the whole, you know, Republicans at any cost. Justice is coming for her, and they're not going to give up. She's a nasty piece of work. I just like her more than I did before, and I didn't think that was possible. Is it about the money? Is it about the money? Is it about the money? Yeah, because didn't they buy like a $7-8 million house in Washington, D.C. or something? Can't wrap my head around that much money, but okay. Is it about the money? Eight of Swords. Yeah, she's been holding herself in place. That's the card of hold still. She's been holding herself, maneuvering to stay in place, stay on her feet. Nine of Wands, Ace of Wands, Page of Swords. Trump's a bully. Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles. No, I don't think it's about the money. I don't think she stayed where she is because of the money now. I think she may have stayed where she is because of what she's hoping to get after this, which is why she wants to leave now, while she can still go to other Trump Republicans, which is kind of synonymous these days, and think that she's going to get some super cushy job because her reputation is as ugh. Anyway. Yeah, and she's going to start moderating her positions a little bit, just a little. Oh, I'm not so bad. New presentation of herself as I'm not so bad, and yes, pay me lots and lots of money. Trump's a bully, and she's been protecting him all along, and now she's finally taking the action to leave. Money in the future. She hasn't been there. Yeah, she's been there because of the power. She's been there because of a future payout she's hoping for, but the prestige and the power. Oh boy. Okay. Power, power. Yeep. Okay, 60. Oh, Kathy, you just said power, power, and this is the question you asked. Is Trump running out of luck? I'm pretty sure you're the one who asked this. Is Trump running out of luck? You know, if that Neptune coming up the square, that Neptune, ruler of fiction, ruler of art, ruler of spirituality, coming up to square both his sun and his moon, his sense of self and his emotions. If he was a nice person, that could lead to, it could potentially lead to just this new amazing stepping forward, this overload of inspiration, and the muses coming to shake up your very sense of self, your inner creativity just bursting out of you. But no, he's too rigid. He's too, his idea of creativity is how cool can I be today, and what sauce should I have on my McNuggets? Okay, Viola's saying I got Page of Swords, Strength reversed, Tower, Empress for Kellyanne and her kids. Page of Swords, Strength reversed, Tower, Empress. What are you getting? What do you think that means, Viola? All right, Trump. Is he running out of luck? Is Trump running out of luck? Unstable. The energy. I mean, hey, if for some reason I could have, if I could like choose when a kid or even a pet or whatever, anybody, friend, if I could choose an astrology chart for someone that, who I was supposed to care for, absolutely, I would give them Jupiter in a really, really positive aspect to like their sense of self, or put it right on their midheaven, um, put it right on their ascendant, put it, I prominent in really good aspect to other things, so that because whoever I am in kind of in charge of for whatever amount of time, I I want to see them succeed. And that's luck. It's very lucky. It's surprising. Like Napoleon said, apparently when Napoleon was thinking about, back at the time, of course, it was all in the aristocracy, being in an officer. Really, it was, who were your parents? But he didn't believe in that, and that's why he had as much success as he did. And one of his main things was he would go to, if he was thinking about promoting somebody into a position of power, he would go to the people, men, who had worked with this person and had, and Napoleon always asked, is he lucky? Because he was, specifically, was he born under a fortunate star? Was he lucky? Trump was. Ace of Swords. Ooh, Sword of Truth. Hello. All right, is Trump's luck running out? Karma. Lovely karma. Eight of Wands. Two of Swords. High Priest. Four of Swords. Interesting. Four of Swords is the quiet as a tomb card. I don't quite understand this deck's interpretation of that. I don't know what that means in this deck, but that's traditionally what it means. So, yeah, this is very unsteady. This is there's so much coming against Trump. All right, so but he's used to that. He's had that before. But these are, it comes down to his decisions. Yeah, his decision. Institutions going quiet. I don't know that it's luck. I think that's part of it. Is maybe his luck isn't running out because that's just a part of his chart. Is it that karma? Is it just finally catching up with him? Is the luck just not enough to fight off karma anymore? I mean, which is kind of the same thing, but I don't know. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Knight of Pentacles. He has screwed over a lot of people for money. Ace of Wands, 5 of Swords, 8 of Cups. Insult to injury. Action taken, insult to injury with witnesses. There are witnesses and records of just how awful he's been as a person and in the injuries he's caused other people. Action taken. So it's this energy isn't actually that strong. So all right, there's not a whole lot here. I don't think it's necessarily coming down to that. Hello, Crystal. Stephen saying 12th house is karma can be very revealing. True, because there's a lot coming against him. All right, what is next? We're at just turning 68 here. Okay, 68. Will there be something that keeps Biden from being president? Okay, is there something that will keep Biden from being president? Hello, Joe. Well, he's definitely putting his energy out there more than he used to. He's easier to read on now because he's got that. He's projecting himself into the world to be seen, to be noticed, running for election. Here's a big popularity contest. Look, he's a politician, and there's always a certain amount with politicians of. It might just be that there's a practical side to their nature that I don't have, since I have no Earth in my chart. If I was the world's most practical person, would I be doing a daily tarot live stream? But is there something that's going to stop? Nope. Presidential portrait. He's been both vice president and president. It's the energy's clear. Let me see what the cards are saying. Viola Blue, Cappy's mom, I've tried live chat and top chat, no luck. Are we having problems? Because I can see what you're saying. Joe Biden, 10 of Cups. Happy families, happy Democrats, happy families of Democrats, happy Democratic families. Nine of Cups. It's like Christmas. Queen of Pentacles. You know, she looks like she's kind of sulking a little bit. It's like, all right, grudgingly, fine, I'll vote for you. Fine. Magician. This little handsome man with the, I love the roses at the top. He's got the magic. Four of Swords again. Eight of Wands. He's going to become president. After that, he's going to delegate a lot, which is good. And there's going to be so much to do, and there's going to be so much coming at him. The good news is we're going to have our allies back around the world, which is good. But the Republicans who are left are going to be attacking him on, it's going to be Hunter Biden, whatever garbage they can come up with. But there's going to be so much of stuff against Trump and things, his administration, dealing with the collapsed economy, dealing with the illness, dealing with, there's so much coming, and he's going to delegate a lot, which is good, but he's going to delegate to people he's going to delegate to experts who know what they speak of. Having a nuclear physicist in charge of the nuclear, Department of Energy, or nuclear energy part of the Department of Energy. It's like, yeah, people who actually know what that is. Someone who's, I don't know, Postmaster General, who's actually knows stuff about the post office. He's actually worked in some forms for the post office. He understands. Let's see. So that someone was asking a good question, which was, are they going to hold some? Is DeJoy going to be held accountable? Something like that. Did I see a? Keisha, hey, will anyone in the Conway family ever write a tell-all book, be it now or in the future? Disgust, just general disgust. They might, but I don't know that anybody would buy it. Jan saying hi, Autumn. 2 a.m. Tuesday here down under. How are you going? I miss doing. Yeah. Hello, Australia. I hope you are well. Okay, and there the creative thing Trump has created is chaos. I like that. Who was that? Ricky said that. Okay, I think there was a question, something about DeJoy. Hold DeJoy accountable. Where I was saying that I'm impractical. We're 70. No, it's more like 75. Let's just do 75. Yeah. I will say I got a really nice compliment from my mother, which I was very surprised. She's got a Taurus moon, so very practical. And her moon is right across from my sun, so that's pretty much been the only real sticking point I've had with my mom, which is she's always trying to get me to be more practical, and I try, but but she said, because she's a worrier, it's because she's, I don't know, I think good moms probably just are. And she said recently that, she always worries about me because she worries about all of us, all three of us girls. I'm one of three. She said, "You know, I don't, but I don't worry about you as much as I used to, just because you are very resourceful." And that's how she views what I'm doing here, which is, I thought was really sweet. Made me feel good. I love my mom, even if she is a Trump supporter. DeJoy. All right. So, is Grumpy going to be held accountable? By the way, does anybody know how the hearing went this morning? If it's, maybe it's still going on, I don't know. Republicans, I heard the opening statements, and, Republican guy, I forget who he even was, trying to change the subject. And Star. Okay. Neither rain nor sleet nor dead of night. And financially, that'd actually be okay if that stupid 2006 thing hadn't, where they have to fund their pension 75 years into the future. Ridiculous. Anyway, DeJoy. So, is Grumpy going to be held accountable? King of Pentacles. Yeah, he's got lots of money. Five of Cups. Disappointment. Oh, you went in there and now you're disappointed? Imagine, I think he underestimates how much we're disappointed. DeJoy will not put back the mail sorting machines. Of course he won't. Ten of Swords right in the center. Eight of Pentacles. Working. Tower. I don't think it's going to go well for him. Yeah. Mr. I gave millions. I wrote a great big fat check for Donald Trump's reelection. I got this cushy job to, and now I'm disappointed because I'm being questioned and I can't do only what I want. And right in the center, oh, that's a lot of political swords in his back. And it's like, well, fine. Well, I'll just ignore them and go back to work. But it doesn't work out so well because there's a tower. All the readings I've been doing on him, things are not going to go well for him. I do not wish divorce on anybody. Anybody. I really don't. I mean, unless, there's, physical abuse, where there's a really toxic situation. And, with kids involved, I'm not saying divorce should not exist. I'm saying I don't wish it on anybody. The only time I'm ever wishing for that, hoping that somebody gets a divorce, is if they're being abused and they're not, they're just submitting themselves on purpose. They're not standing up for themselves enough to say enough with the abuse. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that I don't wish it on anybody. But the cards I've been getting say that his marriage is not in good shape right now, and is not going to end well. And I've gotten repeatedly cards like divorce lawyers and child support and maintenance, and everything just falling apart for him. Which it's like, oh wow, actual karma showing up for really rotten people. Sometimes divorce is the best remedy. I agree, Mems. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying that I don't wish it on anybody unless somebody's really, really hurting, and I'm just like, oh, I hope that person gets help. I hope that person gets the help of, at a shelter, if they need it, or they get the help of a lawyer, or they get the help of the police, But other than that, people have to make up their own minds, and I don't wish it on anybody. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it shouldn't exist. I'm just saying I don't wish it on anybody. But Dismo, will Trump blame DeJoy if he loses the election because mail-in voting was slowed? Is Trump going to blame DeJoy? Two of Cups, partnership. This is reality. This is people going and voting for Democrats. Page of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Page of Cups. No, because I think DeJoy's going to be. Trump is the dynasty. It's his family. It's his. Everybody, of course, is against him or incompetent or awful, but no, it's really just about him, and everybody else is little. They're both pages on either side. Everybody's beneath him. They're just. He wouldn't give DeJoy that much credit. So anyway, all right. I think they're being pretty easy on DeJoy today, says Susie. Oh, grief. Well, that guy, he's got a world of hurt coming for him. He's going to leave this hearing today and go back to work, it looks like, but they're noting his lies. Could very well be just rat. Ricky's saying Trump blames everyone else for the problems he created. Yeah, absolutely. But I think when Trump loses the election, I think he's going to have bigger fish to fry. He's not going to blame such an insignificant little person, because of course because he's the ultimate victim. He lives on the Cartman, I think his name, Cartman drama triangle, where he's always the victim, or then he's the savior for a few minutes, where he's the only I alone can fix it. I am the savior, and then people, of course, are not appreciative enough. So he goes back because he's the victim, and then he's the persecutor, and he's vicious, and you punch back twice as hard as you've been punched, but then he's a bully. So when he's attacked, then it's, oh, I'm just such a victim. I'm just the victim. No one's been treated worse than I have. So when he's taken down, he of course it has to be an epic battle that he only lost because of the great and the grand and the, it's QAnon. And oh, that's a point. I want to read on QAnon before I go. DeJoy's too busy perjuring himself. I like it. Yeah. Sharon saying, actually, I did not catch the names. Watched for 5 minutes, became totally disgusted. DeJoy, no eye contact, lots of blinking. I believe it. Ricky saying, Trump couldn't fix a tuna fish sandwich. I think that's actually true. Marcy, you mean Katie Porter? No. Okay, let me ask about, what is this QAnon garbage? What's going to go on with this QAnon? Where are we? This is 84, and then I will be back tomorrow. 84, 2, 4. All right, tell me about QAnon, which is probably it may even just be, there was a troll and people were like, yeah, that sounds right, and then maybe Russian intelligence were like, ooh, let us promote that. And or who knows, could have been Russian intelligence just throwing anything at the wall, or it could just be completely unhinged incels. Or it could be, the Tiki Torch warriors, pathetic losers. So don't give QAnon more credit than they deserve. That's what I'm feeling very strongly. They're pushing it. It's a shiny object. There are always going to be gullible people. There will always be gullible people. People who want to believe the worst. And part of it, you have to, the only sense that I will give some sympathy to people who believe this garbage is that some of them, if you just think the way I think about it, some of them are believing this because of things like Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, that they can't wrap their heads around that kind of monstrosity. So if that can exist, then this is a weird subconscious way of purging and trying to wrap this change in their worldview about that this could happen on this scale by the big and the powerful, which I know to us is like, well, duh. And I hate to say this, but some of the biggest child molesters ever seem really nice. They're very nice people. They act very, very nicely. Charming. It's how they get their victims. I mean, some of them, you know, they have enough self-loathing that they show their true colors. But yeah, that's the thing in general, that when you meet child molesters, they're nice. It's infuriating. All right, QAnon. What's the future of belief in this QAnon thing? Is it going to have an effect on, is it going to have an effect? Is it just noise? Going to affect the election? Is it just going to die out? Is reality going to reign? Is someone going to walk into a pizza place and start firing a gun because of belief in stupid conspiracies? Well, in the right area, it's the Lover's card. Hanged Man, strength. Part of it is some of them, they can't. There's this thing in psychology where, for lack of a better term, I'll call it the executive eye. Psychologically, you are not just, like, you think of yourself as, yes, I'm me. But in reality, there are a whole lot of sub-personalities you have. And they're from different influences you've had, different parts of your life, different. And if you go through EMDR therapy, like for PTSD, and you go and it's for lifelong trauma, then you start having to reintegrate all kinds of parts of yourself. So you have all these sub-personalities. And sometimes, every once in a while, one of your sub-personalities actually controls your reaction to something, how you react to something, what you do. Not all the time, but every once in a while, there'll be something you do, which to yourself, you're like, why did I do that? But here's the thing, and this, hear me out. The executive eye, the you that is like, I am me, it cannot stand the thought of not being in control. So it will literally, you could do something that your executive eye would never do. But your executive sense of self, your executive eye, will say, of course I did that. And this was my reasoning. And it will twist the whole thing around very quickly, like faster than you can even realize you're doing it. Twist it all around to say, well, yes, I did that. And this is my reasoning why, even though the reasoning doesn't make sense, or it's, yes, of course. And I'm going to get in trouble for that because this is a decision I made. And it's that executive eye that just cannot wrap its head around not being in control. And that is similar to people who vote for Trump. A lot of people who have voted for Trump. They made a lot of them know they made a mistake. They haven't all drunk the Kool-Aid, but they've had a sip. They helped make the Kool-Aid that we're still dealing with, and they can't face being wrong. They can't. So, of course, Trump's the savior because they would never vote for a monster. They would never vote, excuse me. They would never vote for someone that awful. So, well, actually, what's happening is really it looks like he's a monster and selfish and a screaming narcissist and destroying families, ripping children away from mothers. He's sexist, misogynistic, he's racist, misogynistic, and all these other awful things. No, 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 but that's just a ruse. In reality, he's saving us. Oh, tell me more. There's this horrible secret thing, like Epstein and Maxwell. Oh, yeah, these kinds of things exist. Well, this is even worse. And Trump is saving us from it. They cannot accept that they were wrong. And they will twist themselves into pretzels. Twist themselves into pretzels to not be wrong. Anyway, that was some molesters even claim to preach God's word. Yeah. Yes. Six of Cups. Yeah, the poor children, the poor children. And I'm not saying that awful things don't happen to kids, and I just, whew. Yeah, I do start thinking about violence when I start thinking about what can be done to children. Yeah. But and I'm not a violent person, but this but it's beyond the monstrosity that exists onto a whole other level of cannibalism. Really, world end of an era, end of a two of wands communication. They're still gonna they're not gonna let go of this. There's gonna be a group who are not gonna let, even when Trump's gone, even when he's in and out of courts and hearings and all this stuff coming out and what a traitor he is to our country and all of this stuff. They're still going to quietly, this is major arcana, end of an era, but this is human level communication where, in just a little area, little message, forum somewhere, they're still going to talk about this because there are going to be these people who cannot admit they're wrong. They can't. They can't admit they were wrong, and they will believe anything to not accept it. So it's going to die out. It's going to die down, I should say. It's going to die down quite a bit. But all right, is it going to have an effect on the election? Is it going to affect the election? Queen of Swords. No, investigations are going to affect the election. High Priest, institutions. Six of Swords. Fool. 7 of Swords. Thief card. Star. Well, Trump's in the middle. Investigations will affect it. Finally, some movement, some action from the government on what Trump has done. Looking at, how I mentioned earlier, they let you do it because you're famous. Looking at all the things Trump did, all the things he stole. It's just something you can take to court, which he thought he could get away with. It's like, no. Does Manhattan DA Cyrus Vance greatly affect the election? Does Manhattan DA Cyrus Vance greatly affect the election? I just felt like a breath of like clear air, like, oh, it's like refreshing. Lovers. 9 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. He's not, I'm not getting the crucial. His action definitely has an effect. That's right in the middle. The action he takes. And you basically had people like Trump Trump was going to get away with all of this until the day he died if he hadn't become president. All this awful stuff. And he was going to leave it to the mini monsters. Cyrus Vance takes an action, and that the money is ill-gotten gains. No, a lot of people. Money laundering is not a victimless crime. That money came from somewhere, and someone suffered to create that money. And then we have the vacation or retirement card. Can be Mar-a-Lago. Let me see if I can get any more information. Well, Cyrus Vance, will what he does have a major impact on the election? 7 of Wands, he's definitely got Trump on the defensive. Okay. Knight of Pentacles, this was moving the money around. Page of Wands. Messenger, 2 of Cups. I don't think it's going to be, well, it's not saying it's going to be crucial, but it's definitely there, and it's important. So I'll just leave it at that. All right. I got to go, Autumn. I've got a very important call, says Linda. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. And that's it for me for today. I went over the astrology stuff early. Oh, this rat had to take my baby coat outside. Oh, it's a baby coat. Oh. Viola, thanks, Autumn. Sorry, I couldn't get my response through in all caps. I think Kellyanne would rather risk being seen as leaving because she's a bully to her kids than be caught in the upcoming White House scandal. She's still going to get caught in them. Good luck. Will Trump lose Mar-a-Lago? I've been getting that repeatedly. Dave, they don't need to be. They don't need to be Southern, and they don't need to be inbred. Incels are the worst. Um, well, one of the worst. Five of Swords. Heartbreak. Nine of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Five of Pentacles. Lovers. I've been getting, all along that they're going to lose Mar-a-Lago at some point. It's going to take time, but they're going to lose Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, that's sitting pretty, heartbreak, poverty, sickness, people moving on from the Trump era. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Really, really, really appreciate it. And thank you so much to our moderators, our troll slayers. So hang in there. All right, we'll get through this. We'll get through it together. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.